Hello. Today I'm going to show you guys how to go through the flats assignment. Flats is what we create in the fashion industry. They can also be called a technical illustration, technical drawing, and it's basically a blueprint for your garment that is used to communicate sewing details. It's used to show lengths of different garments, and all in all just be a visual for your sewing instructions for your buyers, everyone that's involved in the line planning of your collection. So I have already prepared this document. Follow the same steps as we did in previous assignments. You want to download this croquis from the assignment and place it on 5 artboards. And then you also want to download these garments that are in the same assignment folder and just place them next to it so you can see the croquis and the garment at one time. So you see over here, I have my croquis in one layer and it's locked. I have my garments in the second layer and it's also locked. And then I have just each flat that I'm going to create in a separate layer. We are going to make front and back, so I'm going to zoom in here, Command plus, and I'm going to draw this long sleeve t-shirt. So going to this layer. So when we create flats, you can think of it as just a very flat coloring book drawing of your pieces or of your garments. I'm sorry. And you only, as long as it's a symmetrical garment, you only have to create the left side of it or the right side of it and then reflect it. So we're gonna start drawing the outline of the garment. And please note that different companies are going to have different ways of creating their garments. Some of them are creating their garments, creating their flats. Some of them are going to want you to make them this way, to where you do the outside of everything first, and then you go in and you do the details. Other companies are going to have you do, see what the hemline looks like, keep it straight. Other companies are going to have you do them pattern piece by pattern piece. So like the bodice is one piece, the sleeve is one piece, the collar is another piece, and it's just all depending on where you're at and how the company operates. I'm going to hold my shift, make sure I get a straight line here. So I'm just using the center line of my piece to draw interest. If you hit return, you're still in the pen tool, but you're not clicked in here. So I'm zoom in a little bit more. This piece obviously has the armhole, right? So I'm going to make all these details. I'm going to switch to my direct select tool, hitting A. You want to make all your details here in the beginning. That way, you only have to make them once. If you reflect too early, then we have to draw them on the left side too. Or on the right side, I'm sorry. I'm working on the left side. So I think zoom out, see where we're at. Yeah, looks good to me. So now I'm going to select everything. I'm going to go to my select tool, hit V. We work with shortcuts, selecting everything. I'm going to copy this, so edit, copy, and then edit, paste. Now I have copy here. It's all selected. Right click, transform and reflect. We'll ask you if you want to reflect it for horizontal or vertical, and what angle. We want to do vertical, and we want to do 90 degrees. Hit OK. Then you want to bring it over and place it in line with your other piece. Just right next to it. So as you see right now, it doesn't fit the croquis perfectly. That's okay. That we're going to go into our direct select tool, or A, and just go right over these two anchor points. That's all you want to select right here. Right click and hit join. So now this is one continuous line. It looks like. By getting rid of those two anchor points, I get a nicer curve here for my back neck. We're going to go down here. We're going to do the same thing. Select both these, right click and join. And here we can delete these anchor points too, because we're in a straight line, so they're not filling any functions whatsoever. Now we have the outline of our garment and some details of it. It's a little hard to see because it doesn't have a fill yet. I'm going to give it a white fill. And as you see, we only see this line and this armhole, and that's because the shape of the bodice is in front of the ones that are here and here. So you want to select just your body, right click, arrange, send to back. Here is that one. And then the outline piece, we are going to give the stroke weight 2 points instead. This just helps visually with what we're doing. So everything else is 1 point, and then that one is 2 points. Now we're going to add our stitches. If you guys come over here. Well, it's really hard to see, but you know, if you guys look at a t-shirt you have at home, most of the time you have a cover stitch here, which is shown by a double stitch line on your garment. So to create stitch lines, we are going to you need to be in the direct select tool. Select only this line and copy it. So Command C and then paste in front, Command F. And now I'm just using my arrow tool on my keyboard to scoot this line up a little bit. Stitch line, the stroke weight should be 0.5. And then if you guys go here to dashed lines, set our dash to 2 and the gap to 1. These are just kind of standard excuse me, standard how we create stitches in the industry. And then I'm going to select my stitch line again, Command C, Command F, and then use my arrows to scoot it up. So now it's like someone has sewn this, right? And then the last thing we need to do is to create this the line for our front neckline. Now we have the back and we need the front. So I'm going to copy this line right here, just place it on top, and then go back to my pen tool, connect, and draw the front neckline. Holding down Shift here, make sure I get a nice straight bottom right there. If you guys see how this one, the corner of my path sticks up like that, it doesn't look good. Look accurate. We have this little tool here in your stroke panel that bevels that, basically cuts it off. And then, as you guys see, this one is inside the garment, right? So it needs to be a weight 1. And the last thing for this shape is that anything that is like showing the back of the garment, or technically I guess the inside of the back of the garment, or the front if you're working on the back piece, should be colored gray. So you want to go to your swatches and select gray. It doesn't necessarily matter which gray you choose, as long as you keep it consistent. So if you're using the third one, you should use the third one for all of them. And then let's take a look at this. It looks pretty representative, right? As you guys see, it's very basic of what this shirt looks like, but it gives an idea of what we're going for here. And then the last thing we're gonna do, this is our front. I'm gonna scoot this one over a little bit, and then I'm gonna copy it and paste it to create my back piece. And so we can't see the back, we just have to make a guess of what we think it's gonna look like. And the only difference that I can think of that it has is that the back is high, the back neckline is higher than the front, and so we can't really see this shape. So I'm just gonna delete it, and that should be my back. And then as we get our text box out on the front, place it over here, and then another one, and back. Oh, that is your basic t-shirt. Make sure you give it a few tries. It might be a little frustrating, but hang in there. Spend the time necessary on the t-shirt, and the other ones are gonna go so much easier, I promise. Also, remember to save as you keep working. Anytime you see this star up next to your file name, that means that, hey, you've done work and it's not saved. That means any work, if it's just like clicking on the new tool or something. But you know, we've now created a flat, so I'm gonna go ahead and save, just so I have it saved, you know, if my computer crashes or something like that. So that is the t-shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and then you can go to the next one and I will show you how to make a skirt. Thank you so much.